This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(6:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First the headlines. Special holiday for schools today due to prevailing adverse weather condition. Air quality drops to unhealthy level in main cities. Health authorities strongly recommend wearing face masks to minimize health risks. Third reading of 2023 budget passed in Parliament by majority votes. Online applications for re-scrutiny of O-level results are accepted up to 20th of this month. The department says artificial intelligence will be introduced as a subject from grade 8 from next year. News overseas, Pope breaks down in tears over war in Ukraine. In sports, Sir John Tarbert School Athletic Tournament postponed indefinitely due to the prevailing adverse weather condition. And those are the headlines. And now we move on to the stories in detail. The Ministry of Education has declared today a holiday for all government and government-approved private schools, taking the prevailing adverse weather condition into account. The Education Ministry arrived at this decision following the inquiries made from the Department of Meteorology and the Disaster Management Centre. In view of the government's decision, the Bishop's House in Colombo also declared a special holiday today for Catholic schools island-wide. The ambient air quality dropped to unhealthy levels in several main cities of the country yesterday. National Building Research Organization Environmental Division Director Sarath Premasiri said, observing that the strong winds coming from the direction of India was the main reason for that occurrence. He says that the air quality would improve today, following the landfall of the cyclonic storm of Mandos. The cyclone was located over southwest Bay of Bengal last morning. The fog or misty skies were observed in many parts of the island yesterday due to the influence of the cyclone, which also led to dust particles from the Indian airspace to enter Sri Lankan airspace. The air quality index level with respect to PM 2.5 remained very unhealthy in Colombo 7, Jaffna, Kurunegala, Vavuniya, Kandy, Kegol, Mullaitivu and Polonnaruwa, and unhealthy in Galle, Puttalam, Badulla and Trincomalee on Wednesday, according to NBRO's daily measurements. The air quality level at Ratnapura, Ambilipitiya, Kaluthura, Hambantota was categorized as unhealthy for sensitive groups. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank Excelsior. Live the life you want.
The third reading of the appropriation bill for the fiscal year 2023 was passed in the Parliament yesterday by majority votes. The bill was passed following a 13-day debate on the third reading last evening. 123 votes were voted in favour of the budget, with only 80 against and 2 absentees. The National People's Power, Sri Lanka Freedom Party, MP Vimal Weerawansa and MP Dalasala Perma voted against it. MP C.V. Vigneshwaran had abstained from voting on both second and third readings of the budget. The Department of Examinations also said applications are accepted for the re-scrutiny of GCE ordinary level examination results from December 8th to 20th. The department said candidate can apply via the official website of the examination www.doenets.lk. The department added further information in this regard can be obtained by contacting the telephone numbers 0112-785231 or 0112-785216 or hotline 1911. Meanwhile, the Department of Examination says the first paper of the Grade 5 Scholarship Examination will be held from 9:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. on Sunday, the 18th of this month. The second paper will commence at 11:15 a.m. later that day and will last for a period of 1 hour till 12:15 p.m. Commissioner General of Examination, LMD Dharmasena, said the exam will be held at 2,894 exam centres island-wide. The Department of Education has taken measures to start teaching artificial intelligence as a subject from grade 8. The Education Minister, Susi Premchandra, says the decision was taken in line with the program to make information technology a core subject for the GCE ordinary level examination. It was earlier planned to teach AI or artificial intelligence as a subject in grade 10. However, following the suggestions of an expert committee, it was decided to start teaching the subject from grade 8 onwards. The minister added, without these type of transformative change, it will not be able to produce a Sri Lankan to cope up with the 21st century challenges. And that's local news.
People's Bank Excelsior, a comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you. People's Bank Excelsior, for professionals who dare to dream.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Although the Sena caterpillar, which damages the maize cultivation, has been reported from some districts of the island this year as well, the agricultural technical departments emphasize that there is still no chance of major damage being caused to the maize cultivation. Director of the Ministry of Agriculture, Anura Vijayatunga, says that currently the Sena caterpillar is found in 10 to 15% of the maize cultivation. Therefore, till the maize crop matures for about a month, the crop should be carefully taken care of. He said that the chemical substances should not be used to control the army caterpillar damage as soon as it is seen. Even though it temporarily minimizes the damage, it can damage the maize crop due to the death of the natural predators due to the multiplication of the army caterpillar. Due to the dry weather experienced over the past few days, more damage has been caused by the Sena caterpillar. And that was the top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
Celebrate Christmas and New Year with lots of CIB discounts. Valuable gifts with bank discounts till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
A 10-hour water cut is scheduled to be imposed in several areas within Colombo and its suburbs on Saturday. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the water supply will be interrupted from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. in Colombo tomorrow, which includes Devala, Mount Lavinia, Kotte, Kaduwela Municipal Council areas, the Maharagama, Borleskama, Kolannawa Urban Council areas, the Kotikawatha and Mulleriyawa Pradesh Sabha areas, Ratmalana and Katubadda. The water cut is being implemented owing to maintenance work on the pipeline supplying water to the Hambatale water purification plant. And that was Watchlight.
Celebrate Christmas and New Year with lots of CIB discounts. Valuable gifts with bank discounts till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
First headlines. Pope breaks down in tears over war in Ukraine. No EU border-free zone for Romania and Bulgaria. South Korea's age system to be standardized from 2023. And those are the headlines of the World News. The Pope was giving a traditional prayer on Rome's famous Spanish steps when he broke down in tears as he mentioned the suffering of Ukrainians. The prayer was to mark the Feast of Immaculate Conception, which is a national holiday in Italy. European Union interior ministers have voted to accept Croatia into the 26-nation border-free zone, but to reject Romania and Bulgaria. The vote was greeted with relief in Zagreb, but anger and dismay in Bucharest and Sofia. Germany's foreign minister said it was a bad day for Europe. The European Commission had backed all three countries as meeting the criteria necessary for joining the zone, which includes 420 million people. South Koreans are said to become 1 or even 2 years younger, at least on official paperwork. On Thursday, the South Korean parliament passed a law to scrap Korea's two traditional methods of counting age. From June 2023, the so-called Korean age system will no longer be permitted and official documents. Only the standardized, international recognized method will remain. And that's world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Moving on to development news, the Lanka Changemakers has proposed a program titled Cyber Discipline to combat all forms of cyber harassment, cyberbullying and online stalking in Sri Lanka. The organization said it is attempting to introduce cyber discipline to the national education curricula in order to educate children about cyberspace and relevant topics. It is also planning to take steps to educate society and formulate a sustainable national program together with other groups in cyber discipline. And that was development news. And moving on to sports. Sir John Tarbert School Athletic Tournament, which was scheduled to be held at the Mahinda Rajapaksa ground in Diagama from today, has been postponed indefinitely due to the prevailing adverse weather condition. The tournament was scheduled to be held for 3 days from today. The School Athletic Association will announce a new date for the tournament later. And that was sports news.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Alliance Air will resume its flight services connecting Chennai and Jaffna from December 12th. The service commences after nearly 3 years pandemic-induced break. The Hindu reported the operations will resume on December 12 with 4 weekly flights between the two cities. The airline was earlier a subsidiary of Air India until the national carrier's divestment and handover to the Tata Group in January this year. And that was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Moving on to economic news, the chairman of the Public Utilities Commission, Janaka Ratnayaka, says that no CEB party can pay bonuses this year. He said that bonuses cannot be paid to the employees of loss-making institutions since the loss-making, it makes losses. And the chairman said that as long as the Public Utilities Commission is in good standing, no third party will be allowed to increase the electricity tariff. He also stated that until he made a request in 2017 to raise the electricity tariffs, no one made such a request, and the claims that such a request was made are false. And that was economic news. And moving on to weather report, the Met Department says a severe cyclonic storm Mandos over southwest Bay of Bengal, located near latitude of 10.6 and 82.3 E at 11:30 p.m. yesterday. It is very likely to move west-northwestwards and cross North Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry and South Andhra Pradesh coast over southwest Bay of Bengal around midnight today. Cloudy skies will prevail over most parts of the island. Intermittent showers are expected in the northern province and heavy rainfall exceeding 100 millimeters at some places. Showers will occur at times in the Sabaragamu province and in Gaul, Matra, Anuradhapura and Trincomalee districts. And that was the weather report. To wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. A special holiday for schools today due to prevailing adverse weather conditions. Air quality drops to unhealthy level in many cities. Health authorities strongly recommend wearing face masks to minimize health risks. Third reading of 2023 budget passed in Parliament by majority votes. Online applications for re-scrutiny of O-level results are accepted up to 20th of this month. The department says artificial intelligence will be introduced as a subject from grade 8 from next year. And with that, we conclude this morning news podcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.